There is a difference between a bill passing or advancing in the Senate. Now, in the case of Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, it passed through the Senate, not just advanced. Now, let me just break this all down for you because it does get a little confusing with all the nuances. But to advance means that it successfully went through the beginning steps of going through the committees before being presented to the full House or Senate for a vote. Now, if the House or Senate vote in favor of that bill, then that means the bill passed through the chamber. And that is just one part of the entire legislative process, and that had me thinking, let's do a little civics refresher. Just a reminder, our legislative branch is bicameral, meaning that it's made up of two chambers. So we have the House of Representatives, and then we have the Senate. And together, they make Congress. Now that we talked about this, let's talk about how a bill becomes a law. So a bill can be introduced in either chamber by a lawmaker who then sponsors the bill. I am not an artist, so this is my lawmaker. So after that, it is then assigned and studied in a committee. Once it advances there, it is brought to the full chamber for a vote, debate, any amendments that'll be added. Now, if it passes in that chamber, it then advances to the next chamber of Congress. I'm going to switch colors so it's a little easy to follow. And it basically, the same thing happens. It then gets brought to a committee where then it is reviewed, studied. It's then brought to that chamber for a full vote. Bills just need a simple majority to pass in the House, but just a reminder, in the Senate, most legislation needs 60 votes to break the filibuster to pass. If there is a 50-50 vote in the Senate, then that is when the Vice President, aka the President of the Senate, steps in and places the tie-breaking vote, which happened in the case of Trump's Big Beautiful Bill. Now, if the bill passes in both chambers, our little lawmaker is going to be very happy. They're going to do a little dance for us, but the bill is then going to a conference committee. Now, that conference committee consists of members of the House and Senate, where they will review both versions of the bill and make one final version. Once that's done, it is then brought to both chambers for one final vote to see if it's going to pass. Now, if it passes both chambers, that final time, which, let's be honest, it went through all this, it probably will pass anyway, it will be going to the president's desk, where he can either sign it into law or veto it, meaning that bill ain't gonna happen. But with that, that is your civics lesson for today. Enjoy my Picasso.